What's going on, moviegoers? So if you're new to the channel, my name is Christian and welcome to SeaWorld Productions. You guys, in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on Hellboy, what just came out this weekend, starring David Harbour. Now, I've been following this Hellboy for a while now, ever since they announced that they were working on a reboot of the franchise. I was very excited, but very skeptical as well. Because I was like, well, why do a reboot when you can just give Del Toro a shot at finishing off his trilogy, right? That's what would make sense. But unfortunately, Lionsgate didn't want to go that direction. They wanted to take a brand new direction with this character and his world. Now, going into Hellboy, I had high expectations. I was very excited because I enjoyed everything I saw in the trailers. That's just who I am. I liked what I saw. Tonally, it felt different. The comedic aspects in the trailers, the music, David Harbour, just the way he was, just tonally felt different from what Del Toro created over in his universe. And, you know, with the rated R, I was really excited. I was like, oh my God, we're getting a Hellboy movie that's going to be rated R. I can't wait how this is going to be. It's going to be insane, right? That's not the point. That's not the case. Where do I start? I was let down. This movie was bad. There were so many issues I had with this movie. One of the issues I had, for instance, was the music. The music choices in this movie during every fight scene was like a rock and roll song. Now, don't get me wrong. I like me some Metallica. I like rock and roll. I like me some Rob Zombie. I just felt like it wasn't necessary for every scene to have that when, you know, this action sequence was going on. It just took me out of the movie. I was like, oh, God damn it. Like, every scene, it felt like, you know, they had like a song in the background. I was just like, I don't need that. Like, give me an original score for this film. I felt like this movie had no original score whatsoever, which was a huge letdown. So yeah, that's what really took me out of the film when we're talking action. The CGI in this movie was terrible. It felt like an old video game. There was literally a shot in the trailer. You see him riding, you know, that flame dragon, right? It looks super cool. Then when he lands, that particular scene in the trailer, I noticed the CGI was kind of spotty. It wasn't the best. That is in the movie. They didn't polish that whatsoever. Huge letdown. The comedic aspects of it, some parts hit, some parts just fell flat for me. Really flat. And I felt like they tried to take that whole Deadpool approach to the film. And it certainly didn't work. With, you know, him being overly funny, just making jokes. It didn't work for me. It didn't. Not saying that David Harbour wasn't great. I really enjoyed what David Harbour brought to the table as Hellboy. It's just the character wasn't written well. Now, hence, I know some of you guys may be thinking, well, you probably haven't even read the comic books because it's just like the comic books. Well, I haven't read the comic books. I'm sorry. I haven't. From what I know, Hellboy is from, you know, the first two films. And there were just certain things in the movie that just didn't rub me the right way. Like I said, the music, the CGI, some of the action sequences, you can clearly tell that was shot on green screen. Like when he was fighting those giants or whatnot, like the CGI looked like crap, and I was just like, oh God. And I felt like this film was pushing too hard on the rated R. Like, it was somewhat overly violent for no reason. Like, one of the first pieces of dialogue was fuck in the movie, and I was just like, that's how we're starting this movie off. Okay. Like, it was I felt like they substituted great story, great character arcs for the R rating and the action sequences and the CGI stuff. I felt like that's where they really shot themselves in the foot. You know, they should have took more time with the script and wrote a better script. You know, this was technically like an origin story, but it just didn't land for me, you guys. Hence, there were some things I enjoyed. You know, I enjoyed that Warhog, or, you know, that big-ass pig. I thought he was pretty sick. the way he died, I felt like it didn't really give him justice. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. The chick from Resident Evil, Mila Djokovic, whatever. She was all right, you know, getting her head cut off every now and then, body parts chopped off, and you know, getting shipped everywhere. The dad, Hellboy's mentor, the one who didn't kill him when Hellboy was brought to Earth. Like I said before, character building is everything. The character between Hellboy and his father, I didn't sense the relationship that was there. So when he died, I didn't really believe that Hellboy felt some kind of way. I just didn't. Like, they were always arguing with each other, going back and forth. You know, he was kind of like the dad was kind of a dick. You know, it didn't land for me with that part. He had some cool partners, like the whole, you know, Tiger, he was sick. And the one chick who could punch people out of their bodies, like the souls. I thought that was pretty cool. One of my favorite scenes in the movie was the whole Baba Yaga, a nasty looking creature, girl with one eye. Hellboy, eat, please. We must feast on these children. Like, that shit was pretty creepy, if you ask me. I actually like that part. That was hella creepy. That was very, very creepy. But yeah, man, I felt like it picked up, and it was kind of slow, and then in the middle it got slower, and then in the end it kind of picked up a little bit better. But David Harbour as Hellboy was good. I enjoyed the look of Hellboy. I liked the more grittiness to him. I like the actual scars. I like the pudgy stomach. You know, I like the hairy back. Like, I like that aspect of Hellboy, other than, you know, Ron Perlman's Hellboy. It was a little bit more realistic, you know. Ron Perlman's Hellboy was fucking clean shaved and shit, like super fit. I like the pudginess to Hellboy, the way it looked. I was like, that's pretty accurate to me. You know, I like that part of the character. And when he had his horns, I thought that was sick. Yeah, man, you guys. In general, this movie fell flat. What they really substituted, you know, was the story and character development and things of that nature. The stuff that really brings the essence of, you know, these monsters and creatures to life. They didn't really take their time with. They didn't. And I kind of wish they would have, because from the looks of it, I don't think we're gonna get a sequel. I think this was a big miss, and I think Lionsgate won't want to push for any more, and it's a bummer. If that's the case, they should have just left it for what it was. Talk to, you know, Del Toro. Hey, would you want to do your third film? You know, Ron Perlman. Hey, you down to do one more film to finish off the trilogy? Boom. Instead of doing this reboot and having it to be a failure, not only at the box office, but with, you know, critics, even fans. You know, majority of people who I've talked to or I've seen post just weren't satisfied with the final product. And I heard that there were some things between two of the producers and the director. They, you know, offset. They just didn't see eye to eye. You know, that could have been a huge problem when you're trying to create a world, a newly rebooted world, you know, when you're making a film. Huge letdown, you guys. Huge letdown. It sucks. It really does suck for me. Because I was so excited for this movie. I was so excited. So excited. So excited. And, you know, ultimately, I just walked out very disappointed. Like I said, there were some good moments. I like the creatures and things like that. You know, I'm a huge fan of monsters. But, you know, given with maybe a better director and a better script, this film could have had limitless potential. It could have been great. It could have been up there with Del Toro's. But, unfortunately, it wasn't. This movie is set to be a bomb. Bomb! It's a bummer, you guys. It's a bummer. Like I said, I really like David Harbour, and I hope this doesn't really, you know, put a hole in his career, you know, with a film like this. I know he did sign on to do a Black Widow movie with, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so that's good for him moving forward. You know, especially if Lionsgate really decide not to do the sequel or anything else with this entire universe. You know, it is what it is, you guys. Unfortunately, like I said, give this movie 2 thumbs down. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the new Hellboy of 2019. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions on it? Did you enjoy this film? Did it let you down? I'm curious to know what you guys thought about the film. Post your comments down below, you guys, and thank you for taking time today for watching SeaWorld Productions. Peace.